Okay, so today we're going to talk about this dump truck that I just picked up. So this is a 2003 International 2574 with the dump body on it. I just picked this up the other day. It had a little bit of a problem. Apparently, the previous owner said that there's a small fuel leak in one of the fuel lines, and I think he may be right. I don't know. We're gonna find out because we're gonna pull that line off today, take it in, and have them cut the end off and put a new end on, because apparently the pinhole is right close to the end. But I mean, look at this thing. It's got great tires on it. The backs. It's in really nice shape. Some rust that they had painted over and stuff like that, but it's minimal. No hitch plate. I definitely want to put a hitch plate on it so I can haul trailers and stuff. Tires, again, good shape on this side. Tarp's in good shape. It's automatic, electric, brand new batteries from 3 of 23. Front tires. It's got the N14 Select Plus, so it's pushing 460 horsepower, and it can get tuned up to 525. Let me show you the engine. So I guess this was an old plow truck, and it was well taken care of by, I'm not sure what city. It was yellow. I would imagine that it was somewhere here in Colorado. It was built, the truck was assembled at Layton Truck down in Colorado Springs. There's a tag inside the door. So there's the turbo, and that's a red top N14, and the ID tag on the passenger side, or on the driver's side, mentions the horsepower rating. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from there, but let's see if I can get you focused on it. Yeah, you won't be able to see it, but yeah, maybe. So the horsepower is right here. That tells what RPMs. So 460 at 1650, or maybe that's the torque rating. 1650. I don't know. But so here I think is the culprit for the hard start problem. Once it sits for a little bit, it has a hard time starting again after the next day or something. So I'm assuming that this line here where this duct tape is creating sort of a Venturi effect and allowing the fluid to, or for the engine to suck in air, basically, because there's a check valve right there, that thing with the little bit of yellow on it. So that should keep fluid from running back into the tank. But if there's a leak in the line here, then that would allow it to run back, because this is after, technically before the check engine, before the check valve, prior to going into the engine. So if there's air here, this would allow it could suck in air and then backflow into the tank. And it's a high pressure line, high pressure fitting. So we're gonna yank this off. Somebody put duct tape on here like that, was gonna help or anything. But so the line comes from here, it goes down, and then it gets underneath the truck. It becomes kind of hard to get to and hard to see. Let me turn this up, see if I can get you in there. So it's gonna be that fitting nearest us. So right there, going into the top of that junction. So to get there is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. And the truck's dead right now. For some reason I left something on, and I'm not sure what it was. Otherwise, in order to get to it, I could lift this dump body up and get a little bit more access. But we're going to have to wait for those batteries. So for now, we'll just go ahead and yank this portion off and see where that gets us. But a funny story about this truck. So I bought it from a guy, and he was going to take he was taking his DOT number off the side and everything. I was like, hey, go ahead and take your number off or whatever, but everything else that's on the doors, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So he gets his number off, and then I come out and I see, because he stopped. So here's what I come out to. Damn pull lock. So needless to say, the name of this truck is now Damn Pull Lock. My other one, my single axle, which is way over there, that one's name's Grumpy Dumpy. So now we got Grumpy Dumpy, single axle, and Damn Pull Lock tandem. So let's go and get this fuel line yanked off. Alright, so I'm going to pull back off this duct tape and see what this reveals. Because I mean, this may not even be the problem. So what it's doing is when I go to start it, after it's been sitting a minute, it'll start up fine, it'll crank a few times, start up fine, and then it'll start to die out. If I try to give it a little gas, it almost stays, but then it dies out. And then I go to start it again, and it cranks and cranks and cranks and cranks for a while, and then it'll start up. So, I mean, this makes sense that it's using the fuel that's remaining in the line to start and run for a second, and then it burns all that fuel, and before new fuel can get to it, because there's air in the line, it dies out. And then all that cranking is cranking fuel up, pushing air out, and then getting fuel to the engine. In theory, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So we're gonna just go ahead and take this off and hope for the best. And I've never done this before. I'm hoping it's not pressurized or anything. We'll find out. Where I live, there's a heavy-duty truck repair place less than 10 minutes away. Marini Diesel, I guess, is where we're going. Shoot, dang. This goes on here like that or something? Super cool, guys. Here is their business, MDI, Marine Diesel Truck Parts and Service. Super cool dudes. They did me up in about 15 minutes on this hose, and they were going to repair it just the way it was. He said that wouldn't be a problem, but they didn't have the proper fitting. Apparently it was an 8 to a 10 or something like that. The hose was an 8, the fitting was a 10, I don't know. So he did everything at a 10, so I'm guessing that means that the hose is now a little bit thicker, which it appears to be. He said that won't be a problem with the flow or anything like that, the volume, it won't be an issue. But yeah, they did it right there while I waited, and I'm thinking that we're going to be set up. It's going to be a reverse of that same process we just did. Okay. Okay. Hose on every rub point. Like even inside that anti-chafe. There's this anti-chafe hose here. Okay. Okay, that's on. Okay. Let's clear the exhaust. Good to go. Okay, hopefully there's enough juice for it to crank. Nothing. Well, while that's charging, we can go ahead and put this cover back on. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this shifter boot put back on too. I'll put some up here on this. So let's see. It's almost like the truck's trying to go forward. And I bet it is. I bet it's in gear. I bet that's the only issue. Watch. What an idiot. Watch. Yeah. So it'll probably die out. No way. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so now this is what it was doing before. I'd imagine that it just needs to get fuel primed up into it now. I'm gonna crank it. It'll go. There we go. Smoother, oh my gosh, what an easy repair. It idles so much smoother too. Nice. Listen to that baby. I guess we'll check for leaks. I don't see any there. Don't see any there. And I'm happy. Sounds so much better. Aside from the hard start issue in the morning or whatever, it was, the engine was cutting out intermittently while I was driving, just at random. And it was almost as if like I was taking my foot off the throttle just mid-drive, but I wasn't. I was staying on the throttle just like always, you know, while you're driving. Keep a steady speed, the engine would cut out, and then it would come back on. It'd be like a split second. Like a blip, like almost, yeah, like almost like you just shut the key off or something for a second. So that's what we're looking for today. We're gonna see if it still does that or not. Seems to be better already, but if it doesn't act up on us, well, even if it does, I mean, if it's nothing major, we'll go grab a load of compost. That'll be the first pick that I do with this truck. So this has the 18 speed in it, the Eaton 18 speed. And it's got plenty of gears, plenty of power, plenty of torque. much, but it's still definitely doing it. And that's not, hopefully it's just air in the lines or residual air or something, I don't know. But that's a little disappointing. See, hit it right there. It's almost like a misfire. Like I was, then it got me all messed up on the shift. Come on. Sort of sorted out. It seems like it could be an ignition situation. Okay, so here's our first pickup for this truck. There's the compost piles. This last pile here is what I'm after. This is the final product. All right, so as you guys can see, unfortunately, after that little drive along, it did not fix the power cutoff while driving. It was like the opposite of a surge, right? It was just going like, and it would cut out. It was hard to hear or see on the video, but it was almost as if I'm like lifting my foot off the gas pedal briefly, and then it would just come right back on, but my foot would stay steady the entire time. But anyways, it did fix the hard start issue after sitting for a while, the bleed off problem. So it was pulling in air through that line. So if you've got a problem similar to this with your vehicle, you know, hard starting after it sits for a minute, you know, hours, overnight, whatever, you may want to look into your fuel lines. You may have an issue where air is getting into the system. And also if you have one of these N14 engines, they have that check valve right there on the block. And those are notorious for going bad too, which will allow fluid or fuel to bleed back into your tank. So every time you go to try to start it, it's trying to pump more fuel to, you know, replace what's lost. So it'll be difficult to start. But if this video helped you, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to be posting more content on this truck here. There's a lot of stuff I want to show you guys. Like for instance, I did this, I did a video on this air hose right here, right? So I installed an air hose under the seat so I can blow out the interior of the truck. I did a video for that. I'll put a link in the description below. That'll be entertaining. Little 15-minute video or whatever, but that's a sweet upgrade that's going to help me keep this truck clean and stuff like that. And then I am going to be putting an exhaust or a clutch brake on this truck, because the clutch brake on it is toast, and it was like that since I got it. But if you want to see more content on this truck, just mention it in the comments below. You know, it's got an 18-speed transmission. If you want to see me take it out on the road and shift through all those gears and show you how to run an 18-speed, I'll be happy to do that, because this thing's a lot of fun to drive. It sounds really good. Oh, I've got a video on the CB mount. The truck came with just that plastic, that tan plastic headliner. I built a bezel for it and mounted it in there, and then I've got a couple parts coming in to mount the microphone up there so that it's on a retractable, you know, so I can just sit there, talk, breaker 19, let it go, and it zings back up into the spot that it's out of the way. So you know, I'll do a video on that too. Anything else you guys want to see on this truck, or you think about it, let me know what you want to see. Again, like, subscribe. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.